Today's video, I find something weird in the wood I bought at a big box store. This is weird. And I also talk about the differences between the wood I bought at a big box store and at a sawmill. Look at the difference. Alright, so you may not know this, but we're in lockdown here. We're in Ontario, in the Ottawa region, and we're on full lockdown. That means we can't go into the stores. We can only do order online for curbside or storefront pickup kind of thing. So I had to get a project out, needed some lumber, and so I ordered through a big box store at that time because I needed it right away, and we're only 2 minutes away from a couple of big box stores here from where we live. So to get the job done, I said, I'll just order a few boards for this project. And anyways, this is this is part of the board of one of the boards that I bought. And I don't know if you can see this. I kind of like the color of that, but that's fine. That's another issue. But it's supposed to be 1 inch by 12 inch by, it was an 8-foot board kind of thing. And of course, nominal versus actual. I understand that. And when you're buying it through the big stores like that, that of course it's usually going to be about 3/4 by 11.5 by, usually you get your full 8 feet. Now the weird thing with this board, as you can see, it's just a rough pine on this side, just your regular, you can see that in the camera, just your regular rough pine. Of course you got strap marks for delivery, or when the kiln drying, when they have the lats in between the boards. But the weird thing is on this side, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, I'll have to take a look here, try to get a good zoomed in, there we go. We have all these ridges on one side, the whole board all on one side, just like that. Now I've never seen this on regular lumber like this. You'll find that I've seen it on like deck boards, right, where you have that, and of course it's a whole other debate, probably another whole, a whole video or movie to discuss that kind of thing. Whereas, people discuss whether or not these ridges on the deck board should be on the top or on the bottom. Some say it on the top for giving a better grip, and then if it rains, you're not going to have your feet as wet, etc., etc. But then manufacturers will usually suggest that it be the other way around, of course, so that air can circulate underneath, even though it's on top of the studs, the decking studs kind of thing. So, but anyway, that's a whole other debate. So I don't know why it would be on one of these boards. I didn't ask them. I needed the wood. I looked at it, it's like, yeah, I could probably work with this. Even though I know that once I plane it, I'm going to lose about another 1/8 of an inch to get this down smooth. And of course you have all the imperfections, like this one is curved and cupped. I would be losing another, good 1/8, if not more, of an inch. By the time I'm done, I'm probably going to be left, if I would use the whole width of the board, I'd be down to 1/2. Now usually I cut these into strips for different reasons, so you don't have that cupping. And I can break it down to maybe about 3/4 for this board. I've gotten wood from them before, and it's actually coming from the same company. This is called Standard, and it's actually thicker. This one's very close to 1 inch, whereas this one with the grooves is about 7/8. So once I get the grooves down, it'll be down to 3/4. So even though usually you'll get a nominal measurements of, when you order wood is 1 inch by 12, you'll get a 3/4 inch by 11.5 kind of thing. This one is 11.5 width, but ideally it's nice because it's about 1 inch thick, so it actually pretty good. So it's kind of weird that I don't know if they switched over or did they give me the wrong stuff and this is something different, but it is labeled as rough pine on the label, same company. Rough pine, definitely not rough. I don't know what that's for, other than maybe people use it to put on their walls, and that's supposed to help for circulation. Maybe it's to put up on the wall this way, or it's flooring. They have ridges on the one side, usually if you're using something for flooring, again for the circulation and binding. I don't know if it's for surface tension. If you know why that is on those boards, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear the reason behind it. Maybe I've opened up a whole can of worms, I don't know. But I'd love to hear from you guys if you can tell me, why are there ridges on these boards? Very, very strange from me. So that was one issue. Now, I also said I'd be comparing this wood with the wood I buy at the lumber yard, or not the lumber yard, at the sawmill. So the differences between this is the store-bought, this is the lumber-bought, and of course the sawmill, it is kiln dried. It came up to a little more expensive per board, not by much, maybe $1 difference. Of course, this is a 9-foot board too, but if it were an 8-foot, I calculated if it was an 8-foot, it would have still been a little bit more expensive. But we are definitely getting meatier board. Like I said, it's a 1 inch and a bit thick, and it's actually 12 1/4 wide, so it's actually wider than 12. So I have some extra play, because with the 11 1/4 to 11 1/2 I'm getting from the store-bought one, you know, it's always rough on the edges. I have to clean that up or cut it off, kind of thing. So I'm losing at least 1/8 of an inch on each side as well. I'll be doing the same with this one, but at least once I do that, it'll be down to 12. So definitely getting a better value with this sawmill. So if you have a local sawmill, check them out. I hope that helps you see the difference between ordering at a big box store versus a local sawmill. You know, it's always great to support local businesses, and if we can support a local business like the sawmill that we got that wood from, and then we build something from it and then we sell it locally, I think it's just all around better for the whole environment here, of course, as well as for supporting all the local business, you know, being the sawmill, from those that are cutting the wood and then going to that sawmill, and they're processing it and then giving it to us, and we make the furniture and we sell it to our customers. So it's a great local business all around, and a great business to support, I think. So, and I think from what you've seen, you're getting a better value as well by going through your local sawmill, because you're getting better, you know, thicker wood, better wood, and at a better price, because they don't have as much overhead, not as much transportation cost, you know, all those kind of things that come into play when you're ordering through a big box store. Yes, they have the volume, but they still have a lot of other costs, a lot of middlemen that they have to deal with, versus the lumberjack, basically down to the sawmill, down to us, kind of thing. So it really cuts down on the price. And of course, we don't have too much overhead. We just have our little garage off the house here that we build our furniture. So keep that in mind. If you build furniture and you've been going to the big box store, take the time, check around your area. I'll give a link down below for the sawmill that we use in our area. It's about 20 minutes from here. And you know, check them out. If you're in the Ottawa area, it might be a good source for you. And yeah, we'll see you around here again at the next video here at Dusty Workbench. And you know, if you like this, if you found this helpful, why not hit the like button, and we'll see you next time.